Social media is a disconnector, and we know it's designed to be highly addictive, and so people are now addicted to their screens, addicted to their phones. They're more on their phones. They're not really having a conversation. I was in a cafe once. They said, we don't have Wi-Fi. Pretend it's the 60s. Talk to each other. I thought it was very funny because we don't. We're all on our phones. You see a couple together sitting on the sofa on their phones. People are in the cinema, on a plane, at a restaurant on their phones because phones are addictive. And now we're connecting to the screen, which is not real. We're spending hours watching them. We think at the end, but did I learn anything? Yes, I've been reading a book and flipping through comics. So it's addictive, but so is junk food. And just like gorging on junk food makes you feel awful and empty, gorging on social media, it's one thing to say I'm watching a lot of TED Talks and I've learned something, but scrolling through celebrities and looking at their dresses and looking at what they've done and talking about makeup and talking about silly things doesn't just make you feel empty, it makes you feel worthless and meaningless because you are overexposed every day to fake images of perfection. They don't really have houses like that, or bodies like that, or children like that, or faces like that. But social media is designed to make you compare yourself and come off worst. So it's a really bad thing. You know, we know this is true because there were studies done. One of them was in Turkey, where they went to the villages where they had no television and they screened in TV from America. And within 3 years, there's an epidemic of eating disorders because people were saying, wow, I should look like that. I didn't know I was supposed to look like that. So whenever you bring in television, magazines, and social media, people who haven't been exposed to it, the first thing they feel is intense dissatisfaction with themselves. We know that expression comparison is a thief of joy. So social media is stealing our joy by making us compare ourselves to other people.
And they get the hit of the dopamine and then they're seeking validation and they crash.
And then they need more dopamine and more dopamine. Just like any drug, you need more. It's like saying, well, I started off with a bottle of wine, now I've got 3, because you need more. And it's all empty. I really want to help you grow, but you can help me back by liking and subscribing. If you like and subscribe, I can let you know what else is coming up to help you grow. We always want to grow and expand, not contract. So please like, please subscribe, and please write to me and let me know how I can help you. What kind of stuff would you like to hear? What kind of material? And I promise you I'll do it for you. You have to limit your time. You have to say, I don't have the phone on a Sunday. I put the phone away at dinner. I say to myself, I'm going to look at it for 10 minutes of entertainment and 10 minutes of education, and then I stop. You eventually just have to stop looking at it all the time, because if you stop doing it, you'll stop that reward system. I mean, it's also the colors and everything on phones are designed to be addictive. That's why babies want them all the time, and the more they have, the more they want. You see children are swiping on a television screen. So you've got to be very careful how much you let that into our life, because it takes over. You know, we worry about AI, but actually phones and screens are doing the same thing already.
I think you have to be conscious about who you follow and what you're consuming. You know, following you on Instagram, we're going to get so much value. You're going to get educated. We're going to give people tools and techniques. Do you think people should go through like a social cleansing?
I think always ask yourself a question. What am I getting from this? What is it giving me? Rather like to say, before I eat, is this of any value? Am I eating junk here? Am I eating something that's going to benefit me? Same thing with that. Is it going to nourish me? Will I benefit from it? Or is it just mindless stuff? If it's mindless, either stop or give yourself a very small amount of time.
They simply have to ask themselves, how does this make me feel?
Yeah, how does it make me feel? What's it giving me? What's it doing to me? You know, the word response able means I'm able to respond. If you have responsibility, you have an ability to say, this is a waste of my time. I'm maybe 5 minutes to laugh at something, but I'm not spending 6 hours scrolling at meaningless stuff, which is not doing anything for my brain.
So I guess the takeout is, how can social media serve you in a positive way, and how can it make you feel good?
Well, there's stuff like TED Talks. There's some very interesting stuff. You can go to social media and find great lessons. You can learn how to do your own PR. You can learn a lot of stuff on social media. You can go onto YouTube and find all kinds of tutorials, how to speak in public. You can learn a language. You can do fitness at home. It's all free. But again, you want educational more than entertaining. They can be both. I can be watching someone who's teaching me to work out and is fun, like Joe Wicks. That can be entertaining and educational. But if it's just entertaining only, just stop watching it. Make sure it's doing something for you. You want to be expanding and not contracting. Always think, is this expanding me? Because once the brain expands in your dimension, it doesn't go backwards. But if you don't expand it, it stays the same. And your potential expands as you move to it. You can never know what it is, because every time you move to your potential, it expands again and again and again. So here's a question. Is what I'm watching expanding my potential? If the answer is yes, stay there. If the answer is no, leave.